A very good evening to all of you and welcome to this special session on PracticeXL Showcase. I'm Dr. Sujit Pardeshi. If I'm clearly audible and visible to you, just type hi or good evening in the chat so that I'll come to know that I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you. Okay, wonderful. A very good evening to Dr. Yogita, Dr. Arpita, Dr. Prakriti, Dr. Abhijit, Dr. Siddharth, Dr. Yogesh, Dwani, Isha, Dhanashri, Sneha. Wonderful. So guys, first of all, a big warm welcome to all of you for this special session tonight. Okay. And I really appreciate, admire your presence here because it's a working day. And I'm sure you are busy in your practices and you could have been doing any other thing, right? Probably you are tired at the end of the day and you probably wanted to go back to sleep early or maybe just watch some, IPL, Netflix or whatever. But you have chosen to be here this evening. That actually shows that you are a bunch of people who really want to take your practices to the next level, who really want to grow to the next level, and who are hungry learners. Okay. And I really appreciate this, and I always say this. Okay, it's always a small group of people in the world who keep on doing something different, something extra, something more all the time to take things to the next level. You go to different conferences, you will meet the same people again and again. You go to different courses, you will meet the same people again and again. It's always the minority of people who keep on doing the majority of the things in the world. And your presence here itself shows that you are part of this 2%. Okay. So, and I always say this, time is the most valuable asset we all have. And when you give your time to someone, you give a part of your life that's never going to come back. And because you have given your time here, I promise you that with all the expertise and experience I have in the field of practice growth, I'm really going to make this 90 minutes a very powerful, insightful session. Although it's a PracticeXL showcase, so it's a preview webinar of my in-depth, absolute 4 days mind-blowing course on A to Z of practice management called PracticeXL, which I conduct only once in a year. So although it's a PracticeXL showcase, but I'm really going to add a massive value for all of you. I'm going to share a lot of insights. And let me tell you something. I started practicing in 1999. So 26 years into practice. I'm actually going to share my journey with you, especially for the first few years, till I could break, that magic number, till I could break that magic level of practice or whatever. Okay. So it's actually going to be very, very powerful session. Okay. So, and how we are going to make it happen. We're going to talk about why normally the medical dental graduates do not become perfect doctors. All of us do a lot of studies to get that admission into medical dental curriculum. And then we again study hard to become graduate, postgraduate. But when you jump into private practice, not everybody is equally successful. Why? Then, why doctors are not good practice managers? What is something which is missing, which they don't realize, or even if they realize, it's very late in the practice? What are the common myths about practice management? Okay, or practice growth? Very powerful. Then, what should be your next natural step if you really want to take your practice to the whole new level? And the ready-made roadmap that I'm going to share with you this evening. The best part about today's session is you will be able to start learning these things right from tomorrow morning. Okay. You will get so many insights. You will get what exactly it takes to take your practice to the next level. Okay. And as I told you, although it's a PracticeXL showcase, I'm going to give you all these insights. And in the end of the session, toward the end of the session, if you think that, you resonate with how I teach, if you think you are someone who really needs PracticeXL, I want you to, keep your mind open, go through the entire session, go through every single topic that I discuss about PracticeXL, and then jump into PracticeXL. Continue your learning journey with our wonderful community. Okay, so it's actually going to be a very insightful session. I want you to take lots of notes. Okay, it's a live session, so take lots of notes because a small pen is better than a big memory. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can ask those questions toward the end of this session, because many of your queries will automatically get answered during this course, okay, of 90 minutes. And I want you to participate in this particular 90-minute session. Okay, now you might be thinking, what do you mean by participation? I don't want you to sit and watch this webinar as if you're watching an IPL cricket match. Okay, always remember, no matter which game you're playing, it's always the players who make the history and not the spectators. So I want you to be the players here. Whenever I ask, and how you're going to be the player, how you're going to participate. Whenever I ask to put something in the chat, make sure that you do it. Be the player, okay? Because your participation here will actually prepare you consciously or subconsciously to participate into your practice growth right from tomorrow morning. Because there's a very nice saying by T. Harv Eker, and he says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, so participate here so that you participate into your own life. Let me tell you something. This evening can potentially change the course of your practice, your balance sheet, your financials, your life forever. Because it takes only one idea to change your life. And you never know which is going to be that idea, which is going to be that one slide, that point that can change your practice and your fortune forever. Because it exactly happened in the same way with me. In 2007, I was attending one seminar on success principles, and one slide that the trainer showed in that particular seminar changed my life forever. I'm going to share that slide also with you. Okay. So if you're excited, if you're going to participate full on, play the game rather than just being spectator and clap for others, if you are ready to participate full on, I want you to type full on in the chat box, okay? So that I'll come to know how many of you are really full on people here, okay? Awesome. That's the energy, okay? Yeah, because you just sit, watch here, and there's no point because, it's like it came, it went. You will never learn anything, okay? Very, very important. Wonderful. So because there are quite a few new names here, which I can see, just want to know from which city in India or abroad you're attending this webinar from. Okay, just type your city. If you're attending from outside India, type your country. Okay. So we have people from Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Delhi, Kolhapur, Mangaluru, Ahmedabad, Hubli, Jaipur, Cochin, Sambalpur, Vizag, Jalandhar, Bidar, okay, Parola, Karnataka, Gulbarga. Okay, wonderful. Chennai, Aurangabad, Bijapur, Solapur. Okay, wonderful. So we have someone from Amritsar, someone from Jaipur. Okay, Oman, Muscat, Noida. Wonderful. So is it okay if I introduce myself in short to you? Type okay in the chat if that is okay. Simply because there are quite a few new names here and many of you probably have never met me, never seen me. Thank you so much. Guys, this is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, an international speaker, bestseller author, and someone who has helped more than 6,000 dentists to grow their practices by lakhs, millions, and crores of rupees over the years. Have always been an invited speaker in different local branches, state branch conferences, national conferences, specialty organizations, international conferences. I have written this wonderful book called New Age Dentalpreneur, Develop a Competitive Age and Build a Profitable Dental Practice. First of its kind by Indian dentist or author, forwarded by a celebrated dentist in the world, Dr. Christian Kochman. And the book was launched in the World Dental Show by the hands of then FDI World President from Hong Kong. So it has been a phenomenal journey over the last 12 years. And as I told you, more than 60,000 dentists, okay, have attended at least one of my sessions. Okay. And we have a very powerful course community of different courses of mine, which has total of like 6,600 plus participants from 18 different countries who have seen a practice growth of anywhere between 25% to 1000%, probably more than that. Okay, you have heard that right. If you really can't believe this, just go to my YouTube channel and see the kind of success stories. People have grown their practices by 10 times, 12 times, 8 times, 6 times, 4 times. As I always say this, it is so easy to grow the practice. All you need to know is how to do it, and then you need someone to guide you so that you can do it well and you can do it right. Okay, so this is, as I promised you, this is going to be an absolute mind-blowing session. Okay, and so doing it for last 12 years, I've been a very active member in different organizations, including IDA and Rotary International, Junior Chamber International. Received numerous awards. This is a special award I received, Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award for outstanding contribution and distinguished service to the nation. So it has been a phenomenal journey, been there, done it all, practicing dentistry for 26 years. A lot of people think I don't practice dentistry. Let me tell you, I'm an absolute hardcore, passionate dental practitioner. Today also, I was in my clinic till 8:10. Okay. My clinic is very nearby to my house. So I was in the clinic till almost like 8:15, 8:10. Okay. And been there, done it all kind of scenario. But this is what the world see. The world see your success and people are like, wow. But then behind every success, this is what you go through. How many of you understood this slide? Type yes in the chat box. Okay. The world see your success, but nobody gets success easily. Isn't it? Their success is full of a lot of, a big story. I'm sure all of you have a story. And my story is no different than yours. Okay. Because nobody gets success easily. You have to go through a lot of grind, a lot of mess, a lot of sacrifices, hard work, failures, bouncing back, and whatnot and what. Okay. And I'm sure all of you have a story. And my story is no different than yours. It all started in a very small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra. Born and brought up there, this is where I used to live. A very humble beginning, 2-room tin shed house, and 11 of us used to live in a joint family. Okay, 2 rooms, 11 people in a joint family. But growing up with this humble background never became an excuse or a reason for me why I cannot do what I always wanted to do. In fact, it always inspired me to do something more, something bigger, something better all the time. I graduated from Bharati Vidyapeeth, Pune. Okay. Although I was one of the university toppers during my graduation, but I had to go back to my hometown because of the financial, obligations or condition, whatever you call it. I went back to my hometown and started my own practice called Smile Dental Clinic in November 99. This is the photograph of the inauguration of my clinic. Okay. A typical small town, single chair, 240 square feet practice. And I started on 14 November 99. So it has been like 26 years almost into the practice. And interestingly, I told you that, I'm actually going to share my story with you. And interestingly, in the small town, the practices clicks very fast because, it's like everybody knows everyone kind of scenario. Those of you who are from small town can probably relate to it. Just type me in the chat box if you are from a small town. And, it's like as I told you, everyone knows everyone kind of scenario. And because everybody knows you, your family, your parents. So the practices clicks very fast. There is hardly any so-called waiting period or anything. Okay. And my practice was no different. I still remember in the Second month of my practice, I was doing average 23 patients a day. Can you believe this? By 6 months into practice, I started in November 99. By June 2000, my practice was all set. As if बस अब कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं, बस just काम करते जाओ. That's it. I was happy. Guess what? I started my practice even before my 23rd birthday. So imagine a 23-year-old graduate doing 25, 30, 40 patients a day, okay? Making more money. I was actually making more money than I could ever imagine, okay? I was actually making more money, more revenue, bigger practice than my father's salary, who was working in the Maharashtra State Electricity Board for around 30 years, like 25 years at that time. Life was sorted, isn't it? But it is always said that life is what happens to you when you are making some other plan. That happiness didn't last long. Why? Soon, within next 6 months to 1 year, I didn't realize it earlier or faster, but within next 1 year, I realized that my practice has become stagnant. It was like that ECG graph, okay? The practice was good, honestly, compared to whatever, whatever financial condition we had, the practice was good. Compared to a small town practice, the practice was good. Compared to 23-year-old dentist, the practice was very good. Okay. But one thing that I understood within the next 1 year, that the practice was stagnant. And that actually scared me, because I'll tell you what. One thing I knew for sure, that growth is the sign of life. No matter how slow, but the practice should grow. It should not be stagnant. From June 2000 till March 2007, the practice was stagnant like hell. Just like that ECG graph, you have that bigger wave, right? I used to get that bigger wave. That means that bigger month revenue when you get a big 6-unit ceramic bridge or something. And I'm talking about 2000, 2001. Those of you who probably know that era, okay? Because my consultation charges was 30 rupees actually. Those of you who know that era will probably be able to relate to this actually. 7 long years of stagnation. Interestingly, I was doing everything right. Okay. My clinical skill was good. As I told you, I was one of the university toppers during my graduation. I was getting my MDS free of cost from ortho to community dentistry. Someone who didn't pursue the post-graduation went back to hometown, started practicing. Okay. So my clinical skills were good. The treatment was very good. I used to use very good materials. Everything was in place. The clinic location was good. Clinic interior was good. Imagine I had installed air conditioner in 1999 in the dental clinic. People didn't even have the X-ray and composite unit at that time in the dental clinics. Okay. Everything was good except one thing, and that was the practice growth. Practice was not growing. As I told you, one thing I knew, something is wrong, something is missing, because no matter what, you should never have stagnation. Remember this forever. No matter what, you should never have stagnation. Those of you who have stagnant practice, please take care of your practice. I always say this, stagnation is the first phase of decline. Always remember. I'll talk more about this in the due course of time. Okay. So one thing was sure, that something was wrong. In order to find what was wrong, I did whatever I could at that time. Unfortunately, there were no courses available, no Zoom, nothing online, no internet, nothing was there. Okay. at least in my small town. My town is like 50,000 population town at that time. So like I used to go to senior dentist, talk to them. I used to go to the dentist, not just in my town, but even in, surrounding um, taluka places or the district places. Go sit in their waiting room, go sit in their cabin as they used to do the patients. See, and try to get if I can get something, some clue where the stagnation is. But trust me, in spite of trying everything, the practice was not just growing. 7 years as if I was a salaried person in my own practice. It actually started scaring me. I started worrying about it. Ki boss, if it is so stagnant, ऐसा ना हो कि eventually it collapses. Okay. And I desperately wanted to grow the practice. By the way, how many of you would like to grow your practice? Type me in the chat box. Let me actually see how many of you are really, passionate, serious, or have that passion to grow the practice to the next level. Awesome. Yeah. Good. Even I was like that. But the problem was, I didn't know how. As I told you, I was doing everything. Nothing was working, no matter what. Nothing was working. 7 long years of stagnation till, March 2007. Until one fine day, there was one seminar that was happening. And that was on success principles. I just went to the seminar. It was organized by Junior Chambers, JCI organization. Okay. And something that the trainer showed changed my life. Because I was, as I told you, good clinical skills. I was doing everything right, good equipment. That perfect graduate, like Hoshiar doctor. But that's the first point. The first question that I asked you, why it happens that the perfect medical dental graduates do not make perfect doctors? That means the most intelligent person in the class almost always never have the highest practice. Okay. And when it comes to private practice world, almost always the average people, the below average people rules the world. So I always had this question, boss, in spite of doing everything right, why I'm not able to do it? And someone from my own class, my classmate, who was very average, but was doing better than me because it was already 7-8 years into practice. Okay. So why perfect medical grads don't make the perfect doctors? And I got the answer in that particular session of success principle. And the answer is this, because the problem is they focus only on studies. They are very good with their clinical work. But when it comes to building a successful practice, there is something which is even more important. Unfortunately, that something is never taught to us. There's something that's even more important, and that something is never taught to us. What is that something? When I attended that seminar, I understood it. When the trainers showed this, one of the surveys done by the Dell Carnegie Institute, that 85% of your financial success is due to your personality, your ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Shockingly, only 15% is due to the technical knowledge. Now, when I saw this for the first time, it just blew my mind. What is this? Okay. 85% of your financial success is based on your personality, your ability to communication, negotiation, leadership, and all. Shockingly, only 15% is due to the technical knowledge. And what was even more shocking was the question that the trainer asked. that why it happens that in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success. Why it happens that in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success. Like for example, okay, we all are dentists, doctors, whatever, but you will find that all doctors are not equally successful, isn't it? All dentists are not equally successful. According to you, what might be the reason? Put it in the chat box, by the way. Okay. What might be the reason? See, although we learn from different colleges, different universities, but our curriculum is same. We learn more or less same things, right? The location of the practice, they don't have same soft skills, business approach towards practice, less confidence, charisma, communication, business skills, luck, competition, location. Now look at this. All think in the same way, patient conversion. Okay, nice. I'm so happy. You people are really giving good answers. Trust me. Okay. Vitamin M. Okay. Nice. So maybe vitamin L, L for luck. So interestingly, now this doesn't apply only to dentists. Think about this. All physicians don't have same practice. All lawyers don't have same practice. All chartered accountants don't have same practice. Isn't it? Why it happens that in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success. And he showed one slide. I told you in the beginning, those of you who are here from the beginning, I told you that I'm going to share a slide with you that changed my life. And friends, this is that slide which he showed. He said that the contribution of domain skill in human success is just 12 to 13%. And what contributes to almost 88% is the soft skills and the effectiveness of the soft skills with which we use them. And this survey is conducted by none other than the Harvard University. One single liner question was asked to thousands of people across different business professions in different countries. Why, in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success? And Harvard came out with this. Domain skill, 12.5%. Soft skills, 87.5%. Interestingly, I still remember in those days, we had never heard these words, domain skills, soft skills. What are domain skills? Are clinical skills. I'm dentist. Dentist is my domain, right? Now look at this. This survey is saying that my clinical skills contributes to only 12-13%. Dale Carnegie says your technical skill contributes to 15%. I was shocked, literally. And I didn't agree to this survey. Okay. I raised my hand. I said, I don't agree to this. And the trainer said, you have all the right to disagree. You can write an email to Harvard. Okay. But he said, I can prove that this survey is right. And he asked a question to everybody there, because there were quite a few in the audience who were, on my side. He asked a question, and I want to ask the same question to all of you tonight. I want you to recollect your batchmates. Okay. If you recollect your batchmates, and if you think of the top 10 practitioners from your batch, okay, like iska practice acha hai, uska acha hai. So, and I'm talking to you all, okay, that I want you to recollect your batchmates, think of the top 10 practitioners from your batch, and by majority, that means 6, 7, 8 out of 10, whatever. By majority, who are more flourished practitioners? The toppers or the backbenchers? Put it in the chat box. Come on. Okay. So I'm not saying that toppers don't have good practice or backbenchers don't have good practice. I'm just saying by majority and in your batch, because the answer can be different for different people. Because we are from different colleges, we are from different universities, different timeline. But guess what? Can you see it in the chat? Almost always you will find that the backbenchers are more flourished practitioners than toppers. Kadwa sach hai, believe it or not. The question is why. Okay? The question is why. And what your answer is, it is more than enough to prove that it takes something more along with clinical skills. Okay? It takes something more along with clinical skills in order to become successful. I hope you are getting the point. See, we are not saying clinical skills are not important. In fact, clinical skills is everything. If we just remove the dental degree from you and me, we are zero, right? But this, and look at this. Like, we are like more than a couple of hundred people here. And literally almost everybody has typed that the backbenchers are more successful in your class. Interestingly, in my class also, the backbenchers are more successful than toppers. Guess what? One of those exceptional people. Even if I was one of the toppers in the class, in the university, I always used to sit on the last bench. Anyways, jokes apart, this itself is more than enough to prove that it takes something more along with clinical skills in order to build a successful practice. And that's why I always say this. Dentistry is all about 3M. And I'm not talking about rubber-based or composite, okay? The 3 M's of dentistry are marketing, management, and professional mastery. Marketing, management, and professional mastery. I'll ask you a very, very simple question. Think about this. Hundreds of dental clinics are getting closed in this country every single month. I'm sure you know this. Hundreds of dental clinics gets closed in this country every single month. The question, why? Is it because they don't have dental chair or air rotor or scaler? Or is it because they don't know how to do root canal, how to do crown prep, how to do filling, scaling? It's either because they don't have patients or the patients don't accept the treatment plan. Type true if you think that is true. It is only because either they don't have patients or the patients don't accept the treatment plan. They have the clinical skills, not a problem at all. At least all of us are decent enough to do at least average or above average work, if not more. इक्विपमेंट की कोई कमी नहीं है, फैसिलिटी की कमी नहीं है, स्किल की कमी नहीं है. कमी अगर किसी चीज की है तो पेशेंट की है. And even if there is a patient, the patient is like, give me tablets, I will come back, and the patient never comes back. True? Think about this. That's why I always say, if you really want to build a successful career, there are two prerequisites to becoming a successful dentist. The first is you should have patients. The second is the patient should say yes to your treatment plan. Isn't it? You should have patient who should say yes to your treatment plan. Otherwise, no matter how good clinician you are, knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. Suppose you do wonderful root canals with that apical puff and all. But if you don't get the opportunity, if you don't get the patient who say yes to the treatment, how will you do it? Knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. And that's why, and that's why marketing is something which gives you patience. Management means soft skills. Soft skills are something which helps you to convert them into the treatment. So when Harvard University said that the soft skills contributes to more than 87, 88%. The question is, what are the soft skills? Soft skills are nothing but your communication skill. People are asking how to convince those patients. This is the answer. Soft skill is nothing but your communication skill, your presentation skill, your management skill, your leadership, team building skills, your interpersonal skill, your rapport building skills, your objection handling skills, your price objection handling skills, your crisis management skills. Isn't it? Whenever there is a crisis, if some treatment goes wrong, whenever there is a complication, you know how to handle the complication. But how to manage the complication? There is a difference between handling the complication and managing the complication. Handling the complication is the clinical stuff. Suppose there is a perforation, you know probably how to seal it. If the instrument separates in the canal, you know probably how to bypass it. But management is talking to patient or patient's relatives about it. Think about this. Unfortunately, nobody has taught these things to us in a very professional way. Nobody has taught this to us in a professional way. We know how to handle the complication. We don't know how to talk about it. We know how to do the treatment. We probably have been never taught in a professional way how to talk about treatment to the patient. I always say this. See, marketing, you can always outsource to some marketing agency. But doing that successful, powerful patient consultation is your job. Because if you don't do it, patient will not get ready for the treatment, no matter how good skilled person you are. Effective communication will help you to do effective patient consultation. And effective patient consultation has two very important elements: communication skill and presentation skill. There's a very nice saying that the presentation of the content is as important as the content itself. That means, suppose you are very good at implants, but if you are not able to present your own good implant work to the patient during the consultation, and if the patient does not get impressed with your good quality work, will the patient say yes? True? Presentation of the content is as important as the content itself. So it is so important that I always say this: you should not just do effective patient consultation, but your patient consultation should be absolute magnetic. At the end of your consultation, patient should be like, how should I say no to this now? Or why should I say no? अब इसको ना कैसे बोलूं? हर सवाल का जवाब मिला है. The moment patient start asking any question, you get tensed, you get anxious, sometimes you get angry. I'll give you a simple example. The moment you talk about money and patient starts bargaining. Okay, how many of you, I'll give you a few examples. You tell me if you have experienced this in the practice. Patient starts bargaining, and the moment patient starts bargaining, it's nothing but the price objection, right? You should know how to handle the objection. You should know how to handle the price objection. And people are like, no, we don't bargain. We have fixed charges. I've seen dentists talking like this to the patient. This is not a vegetable market. ये कोई सब्जी मंडी है क्या? यहाँ पे भाव कर रहे हो? Is this how you're going to talk to patients? The moment patient, you talk about a big ticket size treatment, FMR or full mouth, and the patient is like, okay, no problem, we'll go ahead, but what's the guarantee? 5 लाख का ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हो, गारंटी क्या है? And you're like, guarantee? No guarantee. We will do our best, that's the guarantee. Right? I have seen dentists talking like this. This is not an electronic gadget, mobile TV you are buying and asking for the warranty. Few dentists are one step forward. They तो should be given a awarded Padma Shri. वो बोलते हैं आपका और मेरा गारंटी नहीं, इसका क्या गारंटी? Is this the way you need to talk to patient? The moment you talk about money and the patient is like, oh, the patient compares you with the next door dentist. वो बाजू वाला तो इतने में करता है. Oh, doctor, your charges are so high. You are very expensive. And again, you feel frustrated, you get irritated. Atamaji satakli wala thing. And you're like, okay, no problem, you go there. You indirectly slap the patient by saying, हाँ ठीक है आप वहां चले जाइए. And the patient slaps you back by saying, अगर वहीं जाना होता तो इधर नहीं आया होता. You do that wonderful tooth prep. As you do that cementation, patient comes out of the dental chair and the patient asks, now this cap will last for the lifetime, no? Their hair color do not last for lifetime. And they want that cap to last for life. How many of you have faced these kind of questions in the clinic? Just type a big me in the chat box. Guys, there are hundreds of such questions that keeps on haunting us, that keeps on troubling us, that keeps on frustrating us, irrespective of the number of years into practice. True? You and me know how to do good treatment. You and me know how to handle complications, how to handle problems. But these are the kind of questions which keeps on troubling all of us for our entire lifetime. And let me tell you, even if you are 25 years into practice, you still face this. Unfortunately, nobody has taught us how to handle this in a professional way. We only know how to do good root canal. We don't know if patient has, फिर root canal का क्या guarantee है? फिर उसके बाद में दांत दर्द किया तो क्या करने का? ठीक है अलाइनर करते हैं पर अलाइनर टूट गया तो क्या करूं? I hope you are getting the point. So, so objection handling is a soft skill. Price objection handling is a soft skill. Crisis management is a soft skill. Developing that rapport, that interpersonal skill is a soft skill. Having that leadership skills, building a good team is a soft skill. A lot of people face so many staff issues. How many of you face staff issues? Type me in the chat box, please. Okay. Staff problem. How many of you have the staff problem? Come on. Yeah. I'll give you a solution. You have staff problem, right? Change the staff and the problem will be solved. But does it happen that way? It's never the staff problem. It's the app problem. It's always the staff management which is the problem. I hope you're getting the point. It's never the staff problem. It's always the staff management which is the problem. The point that I'm trying to make is we have never been taught how to lead a team, how to build a team. Leadership, team building, rapport building. Something which is never taught to us. We are just like bus dentist बना दिया, doctor बना दिया, brand new car degree दे दिया and keys दे दिया. Nobody asks whether you know how to drive it. And that's the reason the perfect doctors or medical graduates, when they jump into private practice, does not become perfect doctors. Okay? Another big problem. Just continuation of the same. Why doctors are not good practice managers? Simply because it is never taught to us how to manage the practice. Management is not a jugaad. Management is a science. If management would have been a jugaad, people won't do MBAs in the world in big business schools. Management is art as well as science, just like any other field in dentistry. It's never taught to us. You know why doctors are not very good managers? Simply because they think that practice management comes to them automatically. What do you mean by automatically? Practice management comes to them automatically and you get better at managing the practice as you practice for more number of years. That is true. actually. But there is a problem. I'll give you a simple example. Those of you who are 5, 10, 15, 20 years into practice here, I'm just telling you something. If that is true, then you type true in the chat box. When you started practicing, it used to take 15, 20, 25 minutes for you to convince the patient for root canal. As you start practicing for more number of years, this time is reduced to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. Type yes if you have observed this in your practice. Isn't it? Now the same patient says very easily yes for the root canal. The same treatment for which you used to take like 20, 25 minutes, half an hour. Yeah? How does that happen? How does that happen? I'll tell you what. All over the years, you understand what not to say. When you are new, you say everything in patient consultation because you just don't want to miss that patient. And many times when you say something that leads to some more question, some argument, some discussion, some doubts, some trust issues, and so on and so on. Isn't it? And slowly out of your experience, you understand that, yeah, I should not have said this. अगर ये बात नहीं किया होता तो ये problem ही नहीं आया होता. And then you delete it from your consultation paragraph. Eventually, your consultation paragraph becomes more and more perfect, effective. Type true if you have observed this. Now you exactly know what to say. And the patient say yes in a minute. This comes out of that experience. That's why they say that experience is the best teacher. Let me tell you something. With all honesty, my personal opinion, I don't know whether experience is the best teacher or not. But let me tell you something. Experience is the costliest teacher. Because what is the price you pay for the experience? The price you pay for the experience is your time. Because you get that experience after 5, 10, 15 years into practice. The price of experience is time. And you can regain everything in life, but you can never regain the time. So probably the costliest deal, right? Let me tell you something. Experience may or may not be best teacher because there are people who doesn't learn anything from the experience also. Experience may or may not be the best teacher. Let me tell you, experience is the costliest teacher because the cost of experience is time. So even if the experience teaches you the best practices, experience teaches you how to manage the staff, how to do that effective patient consultation. Guys, it takes away 10, 15 years of your active, vibrant career life before you get that experience. That's why experience-based learning is never the best learning. I want you to take charge of yourself. I want you to take charge of your practice. Irrespective of your age, irrespective of your stage, irrespective of the number of years into practice, take charge and learn it. Dentist is about 3M. People just don't focus on marketing and practice management. And it's not our fault. If you remember, type yes in the chat box. The first BDS, the plaster of Paris block. How many of you remember? Type yes. The second BDS, the wax block. The third BDS, that block. And then you are blocked again. Forever. You do your graduation to sharpen your clinical skills even further. You do your post-graduation to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you attend CD programs, sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you attend conferences, courses, do hands-ons to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you buy that laser, physio dispenser, implant kit, that articulator, comes back to the practice fully equipped on Monday morning. to do that FMR, to do that implant, to do that veneer. Question, where is the patient who accepts your treatment? The patient is like, give me the tablet, I'll come back. Never comes back. How many of you have seen this? Type me in the chat. Yeah? Guys, बाकी दो चीजें कौन सिखाएगा? It's not our fault. The fault is with the education system. Believe it or not. I told you, marketing you can at least outsource. कोई भी marketing agency को दे दो, वो patient तो भी लाके दे देगा. The biggest challenge is convincing the patient for the treatment. And let me tell you, a lot of dentists make this mistake, huh? And I have seen this so many times. They talk to patients about dental treatments in exactly the same way as the medico doctors talk to patients about the treatment. It's like bypass करना पड़ेगा, saline लगाना पड़ेगा, cataract करना पड़ेगा. हम लोग भी बोलते हैं implant करना पड़ेगा, root canal करना पड़ेगा, and the patient is like, चांदी नहीं भर सकते क्या? मसाला नहीं भर सकते क्या? I don't have time right now. 15 दिन बाद किया तो चलेगा. How many of you have heard these dialogues from the patient? Type a big me in the chat box, the more painful me. Do it, come on. Let's be honest to each other here. You know, the problem is this, we never understood this. I'll tell you something, it will change your life. Every medical field is a compulsive science. What do I mean by this? Every medical treatment, there is no option for the patient whether to do the treatment or not. It is mandatory, it is compulsory. It's not that patients are not serious about dental, Siddharth. I am giving you the secret why this happens. Every medical field is a compulsive science. Forget about angioplasties and cancers and bypass and heart attack. Even if you have little fever, you still have to go to the doctor and get the fever corrected. But even if you have a full mouth atresion, you're like, when you talk about FMR and the patient is, but मेरे को तो कोई pain ही नहीं है. I don't have any pain. Why are you asking me to do the full mouth treatment? Yeah. Every medical field is a compulsive science, whereas dentistry is elective science. There is nothing compulsory in dentistry except the pain relief. And that's why pain gone, patient gone. Pain gayab, patient gayab. Type true if you think it's true. पेन रिलीफ छोड़ के पेशेंट को डेंटिस्ट्री में कुछ कंपलसरी लगता ही नहीं है. दैट्स व्हाई कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट कैन से एंजियोप्लास्टी करना पड़ेगा. डेंटिस्ट कैन नॉट से रूट कैनाल करना पड़ेगा. कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट कैन से बाईपास करना पड़ेगा. यू कैन नॉट से फुल माउथ रिहैब करना पड़ेगा. They just have to, because medical field is compulsive science, they just have to inform the patients. Dentistry being elective science, you have to convince the patients. I hope you understood the difference. And now if you have to convince the patient for the treatment, you need very good convincing skills. Something which is never taught to us in a professional way. So we all do in our way. And I think I do the best. Let me tell you, there are few myths which we all have and they need to be busted, okay? Number one, I know it. मेरे को पता है how to grow my practice, how to manage my practice. The worst 3 words in the world are this: I know that. I know it. दुनिया में इससे खतरनाक 3 शब्द ही नहीं है. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. Remember this. This is a very bad myth which doctors have. Because guess what? Irrespective of your age, people come to you, Dr. Saab, ma'am, and you think I am really big. लोग मेरे को madam बोल रहे, sir बोल रहे, Dr. Saab बोल रहे. It's not like that. Guys, there is a lot which you don't know. We have patients who do like 50, 100, 200, 500,000 crore turnover, and they still call you Dr. Saab. You take it personally. You think you are great. Trust me. No. If you need to learn how to manage 1,000 people ka team, learn it from them. I hope you're getting the point. Please take it in the right way. Because see, honestly, I'm not a speaker, okay? I'm a trainer. I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. And I cannot just speak what is good to listen to. I'm not here to please you all. I'm here to transform you all. And that's what I have exactly done to my community of 6,600 plus dentists. ऐसे ही नहीं होता है लोगों का प्रैक्टिस 10 गुना 12 गुना 14 गुना प्रैक्टिस बढ़ा है लोगों का. आई टोल्ड यू गो टू माई यूट्यूब चैनल, यू विल बी सरप्राइज टू सी. लोग यहाँ तक बोलते रहे साला इनको पैसे देकर लाते हो क्या आप इंटरव्यू के लिए. लोग बोलते 6 गुना प्रैक्टिस बढ़ गया, 8 गुना प्रैक्टिस बढ़ गया. गो टू देयर प्रैक्टिसेस, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. द पॉइंट दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इट इज दिस. Please don't have these feelings that, I know it. I know how to grow my practice. I earn a lot of money. I've seen so many dentists, with all honesty and with all due respect. They make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rupees profit a day and they think, मैं बहुत पैसे कमाता हूँ. Instead of focusing on growing their practice to 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh rupees a month, their focus is making those 500 rupees a day in the stock market trading. If you have seen somebody like that, type true in the chat. People just don't understand. बॉस, जितने पैसे में हमारा ग्रेजुएशन हुआ है ना, उतने पैसे अपने बच्चे के नर्सरी के एडमिशन को लगते हैं. टाइप ट्रू इफ यू हैव सीन दिस. द वर्ल्ड हैज बिकम सुपर डैम एक्सपेंसिव. देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन इन अ कपल ऑफ लाख रुपीज यू कुड डू अ international vacation. Nowadays you need the same money for a domestic vacation. Don't think you make a lot of money. I'm telling you guys, the world has become super expensive. I'm sure all of you know this. It's not that you don't know it. It has nothing to do with GST. पहले भी सर्विस टैक्स था ही, don't worry. Okay, so it's not about taxes. It's about everything, especially after the COVID. The world has become so expensive कि मैं आपको क्या बताऊं. You know it all. So don't think you earn a lot of money or people need me. I'm a doctor. This is what people do with the doctors. Come on. All of you have seen this. I want all of you to come back to reality, guys. Then I know how to balance, family and practice. Where is the time? One of the biggest problem with being a medical professional is this. If you're not successful, there is a problem. Isn't it? If you're not successful, there is a problem because you're tensed. यार, I want to grow the practice. इतने सारे overheads है, खर्चे है. एक lifestyle maintain करना है डॉक्टर का. So practice अच्छा होना चाहिए. I want to grow the practice. The bigger problem is when you become successful. Because success for a medical dental professional makes you more busy, isn't it? If you have more number of patients, you become busier. True? Yes? If yes, type yes in the chat box. Success in your field comes with the cost. The cost is time again. And if you're someone who, I know how to balance family life and all, boss, where is the time? Think about it. Because clinic का time तो कम नहीं होता. Time कम होता है खुद का, me time and family time. Okay? So don't think that you really know how to balance things. Don't think that you are perfect. अरे यार, मैं को सब आता है boss, तुम्हें नहीं पता. Let me tell you, doctors are few of the most stressed people in the society. This has been scientifically proved. Read the newspapers and you'll understand. Imagine 50% of the doctors in this country are at the risk of cardiac problems. 50%. Instead of living dentistry, people are living dentistry. I don't know if you have heard this. Okay. I don't know if you have heard this. The average lifespan of an Indian doctor is 5 years less than the average lifespan of an Indian citizen. How sad. People who help people to have a better life, bigger life, live 5 years less than them. Not worth? Definitely not. Friends, there is something which we need to work on for sure. Okay? And we think we know it all, but let me tell you, we are at a crossroad where we actually don't know what to do. And the only solution that I can think of is keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Keep on upgrading yourself all the time. I'll tell you something. The day I understood, okay, the importance of upgradation and I started upgrading, it just took my whole journey, my life to the next level. Okay. I'm sure you all have heard the story. There was a crow once, he was thirsty. Okay. I'll give you a very, I'll share a very powerful case study in the world with you. There was an Oxford University student, and he was, just studying the Fortune 500 companies, the world's top 500 companies. And he found a very interesting thing that the world is changing very fast. Like in the absolute fast-paced era, cutthroat competition, the world is changing every day. There are still more than 300 companies in the list of Fortune 500, which are in that list for years and decades. So what he did, he wrote an email to the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, asking them one single liner question. Tell me the secret which is keeping you in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades. Now, the CEOs of top 500 companies in the world, very busy people, why they should reply to such unknown email? But guess what? To his surprise, he received 83 replies. And 79 out of 83 were on the similar lines, and that was continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead. It was not hard work, because I'll tell you what, who work hardest, think about it. Is the daily wages labor or the donkeys? Hard work never takes you there. I don't know if you know this. The lion sleeps for 16 to 18 hours a day. And he is the king of jungle. If hard work would have been the key, donkeys would have been the kings. Okay? It's always the smart work. And the smart work comes from one thing. Look at this. Smart work always comes from upgradation. It is only when you upgrade, you understand how to do it faster, how to do it better, how to do it in less time, how to do it with less efforts. Friends, the modern crow has become smart. Your TVs have become smart. Your mobile phones have become smart. It's time for you to become smart. As Robin Sharma also says, in order to double your income and success, triple your investment in what? Personal development and professional mastery. What is personal development? Soft skills. What is professional mastery? Clinical skills. Friends, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. As far as clinical skills are concerned, I'm sure you keep on upgrading yourself all the time. You have given 25 years of your life for learning those clinical skills. Even after that, your graduation, your post-graduation, your CDE program, your conferences, your courses, your hands-ons, to sharpen your clinical skills. The question, something that contributes to 87%, 85% of your success, what have you given to it? The day I understood about personal development, it just changed my life. Friends, believe it or not, this small town, so now I practice in Pune, but this small town dental practitioner has invested 47.73 lakh rupees in upgradation in my life so far. Put whatever comes to your mind in the chat. 47.73 lakh rupees. Apart from doing the best of the best clinical courses in our country, I have done so many personal development courses, so many management courses. I have hired a coach. Like I have attended, and learned from who's who in the world. You name it, whether it is like right from the Tony Robbins to T. Harvaker to Robert Kiyosaki to Kim Kiyosaki to Les Brown to Mac Attram. Oh my goodness, apart from the best of the best in the country. Every single time I upgraded, trust me, it took my life, it took my journey, it took my game to the next level. It took my game to the next level. I can't talk enough about, how and why you should constantly upgrade yourself. One of the biggest problem with the world or with a lot of people is you do one root canal course and you're like, that bucket list jaisa, root canal ho gaya. And then the next you do that implant course. Ye ho gaya. No. One root canal course is not upgradation. It is the beginning of your learning in that root canal journey. And let me tell you something. Whenever I, wanted to sign up for, say, 1.2 lakh rupee course, or maybe 4.6 lakh rupee course, 7.97 lakh rupee course, either I did not have time or I did not have money. या तो टाइम नहीं था, पैसा नहीं था. Because I come from a very humble background. Until that one fine day, one of my mentors said this: you need to invest the time and money which you do not have today in order to reach where you want to reach tomorrow. You need to invest the time and money which you do not have today in order to reach where you want to reach tomorrow. And that was one of the biggest turning points of my life. I took loans to learn, but I invested. Every single time I did that, it took the entire game to the next level. Friends, it is, I told you, if you do not focus on 3M, I'm telling you this again. If you are a new practitioner, your practice will not click. Or your practice will click late or slow. If you are an existing practitioner, already established practitioner, जिसका भाई waiting room full है, appointment calendar full है, and still if you are not focusing on 3M, the first thing that will happen is your practice will become stagnant. And always remember, stagnation is the first phase of decline. I always say this. Anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. I'll give you a simple example. Go to the tabletop, keep walking. There comes a point where the tabletop ends. What starts after that? It's always the valley. Anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. Keep on upgrading yourself all the time. And friends, therefore, the point that I want to make is, I have an absolute mind-boggling 4 days, 35 hours program called PracticeXL. I conduct PracticeXL only once in a year. And I'll just share with you what all topics I cover. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Let me tell you something. Nowhere in this world you will learn so much with such simplicity, accuracy, with expertise and experience from someone who has walked the path in this price. and in 4 days. You will never get any other curriculum like this. I have more than 1,000 documented success stories, believe it or not. More than 1,000 documented success stories. People's practices have went up by 25%, 50%, 100, 2x, 3x, 4x, 6x, 8x, 10x, 12x. Okay. So what, and I conduct PracticeXL only once in a year because of whatever time bandwidth I have. It's a 4-day module spread over 2 Saturday Sundays. 2 weekends, 1 weekend in the month of May, another in the month of June. So these are the dates for PracticeXL 2025. Every year, PracticeXL happens in the month of May and June only once in a year. 24th, 25th, just take a screenshot, 21st and 22nd of June, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The good news is this year, the PracticeXL is happening exclusively online only. See, I'll just go ahead quickly. In the 10 minutes, I'll tell you about the details of PracticeXL, and then whatever questions you have, you can come up with those questions. I'll give you a very special offer to jump into PracticeXL this year, and I'll give you 15 minutes to enroll. Don't worry. Okay. So the good news is the PracticeXL is happening only once in a year. This year, the PracticeXL will be online only. No offline PracticeXL this year. Okay. So let me just quickly go ahead and tell you about the roadmap. So what all we include in the PracticeXL? The first is the soul of your practice. And let me tell you, the soul of your practice is the mission, vision, and the SWOT analysis of your practice. Now, you may or may not understand the depth of this thing, but trust me, if you do not have a very powerful reason to go to your work every day morning, apart from making money, you will never be able to grow beyond a point. Because once you have that roti, kapda, makan, okay, typically, like, you have that settled practice, your own clinic, your own house, a couple of cars, couple of kids, one wife, whatever, few assets, your entire motivation will go away. The fire in your belly will go away, and you will have those Monday morning blues. No. So the soul of your practice is your mission statement, vision statement, and the SWOT analysis. How to do it, that I'm going to teach you. Then the image of your practice is branding, online and offline marketing. I'm going to talk a lot about extremely powerful sessions about branding, online marketing, and offline marketing. Then I cover all the soft skills, communication skill in great details, presentation skill in details, management skill, whether it is managing those difficult patients, managing the staff, managing the treatments and all the things, how to develop leadership skills, what exactly is required so that you become a better leader, what are the secrets of team building, how to handle the negotiation. Very powerful. Guys, I'll just tell you, no exaggeration here. The negotiation session that I conduct in PracticeXL, it's not that it is useful or it's going to be useful only in the practice, right? You want to buy a flat, you want to buy whatever, you want to do the street shopping. Negotiation is a very powerful skill and you can use it anywhere and everywhere. I'll give you an example. One of our participants, just after this negotiation skill session, coincidentally, he was dealing with the landlord for his clinic space. Guess what? He could save 72 lakh rupees in negotiation. 72 lakh rupees just using this particular 45 50-minute session. So knowledge is power. That's why it is said. So very, very powerful session on negotiation. Very powerful, very good session on delegation of the practice. See, because if you are someone who practice alone, अगर आप सिर्फ अकेले ही काम करते हो, the problem will be you will only be able to work whatever you can with these two hands and 24 hours. That's it. Always remember, you cannot increase the working hours. What you can increase is the working hands. And working hands cannot be increased unless you delegate effectively. Delegation is a big time skill. So, in the initial years, you work alone, you work hard, but there comes a stage of expanding the practice where delegation is important. Those of you who already have a team, for you, delegation is not enough. You need to eventually automate the practice. Your practice should function and grow even in your absence. Yes, you heard that right. Your practice should function and grow even in your absence. So there is such a powerful thing. There are so many powerful things that you need to learn. Nobody else will teach you all that under one roof in one course in 4 days with such simplicity and effectiveness. Then, when it comes to management, we talk about everything about staff management, managing yourself, managing your clinic, payments, appointments, inventories, everything. There is more that happens in PracticeXL. I talk about how to grow your network, how to use the network to grow the practice. The art of objection handling, whatever objections patient put, whatever questions patients have, how to handle those objections very effectively. There are different objection handling techniques in management. Which techniques are useful in our field and how to use them very effectively. Art of price objection handling. Very, very powerful steps. Okay. So no matter what price you talk about, the moment patient talks about price objection, just use this, and believe it or not, the price objection literally goes away. And how to use your treatment charges pricing strategies. What are different pricing strategies which can be applied in dentistry, in medical field, and how to use them so that the price friction is minimum. Every single topic is an absolute game changer. Okay. And the icing on the cake, I teach about how to develop the competition proof practice. No matter how many dentists join the party around you, your practice remains competition proof. In Pune, where I practice, we have 4 dentists in one building. Just doesn't matter at all. Because you can beat, you can build the competition proof practice for sure. So very powerful principles about developing the competition proof practice. What is conceptual selling? How to use conceptual selling to grow your practice. What is gender intelligence? Okay. And how to use the principles of gender intelligence to grow your practice. Gender intelligence is nothing but, I'm sure all of you know this, male brain thinks differently than the female brains, right? They say, men are from Mars, female are from Venus, blah, blah, because both have different psychology. So when you are dealing with a male patient and a female patient, trust me, you cannot be same. Our problem is we explain, say, that root canal to the male and female patient in the same way, but they are not same. So you should understand this. So there is a lot to learn. And the moment you understand कि implant के बारे में मेल पेशेंट से कैसे बात करनी है, फीमेल पेशेंट से कैसे बात करनी है, the game changes completely. Guys, one single implant you convince, your course phase is done. It's so simple actually, okay? One FMR you convince, your lifetime is done, kind of. Then, what is the difference between satisfied patient and the loyal patients? And how to make sure that your satisfied patients becomes your loyal patient. Let me tell you, there is a difference between satisfied and loyal patients. Huh? How many of you have seen this? That a patient comes to you, your old patient, you have done, say, one root canal for that patient very nicely. And the patient comes with another root canal done at some other clinic. And that is paining. Type yes if you have seen this in the practice. This root canal, new root canal, he has done only 6 months back. And that starts paining. And you have done a root canal 5 years, 10 years back. And that is still okay. And you start wondering, ki yaar, you'll end up asking the patient, ki boss, I have done a good work in your mouth, which is there since 5, 10 years. Why you went to another dentist? Yeah. So although the patient is satisfied, the patient may or may not be loyal. There's a difference between a satisfied patient and a loyal patient. What is the difference? And how to make sure that you have more and more loyal patients and not just satisfied patients, because it is always the loyal patients which will make you a brand. Extremely powerful session on that. Extremely powerful session on how to use technology to grow the practice, how to use accessories to grow the practice. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Absolute mind-boggling 4 days course curriculum. And it just doesn't stop here. Okay. The course value is 79,000 rupees plus GST. I promise you, I'm going to give you an absolute wonderful webinar special offer tonight. But before that, there is something more to PracticeXL. Can you believe it? Lifetime membership. Once you attend PracticeXL, you can come back to PracticeXL next year, next to next year, every year. Absolute priceless. You just cannot put a price tag to this, because no coach, no mentor, no trainer will give you this facility of lifetime membership. The second, you get a very, very professional PracticeXL workbook worth 10,000 rupees. Then there will be guest speaker in PracticeXL on some topic worth 10,000 rupees. Then there will be 2 online follow-up sessions worth 10,000 rupees each. Okay. And all this will be absolutely free. So you have the PracticeXL in the month of May. You will have a follow-up online session in the month of June. Then you have day 3 and day 4 in the month of June. You will have follow-up session in the month of July. And those of you who are saying it is expensive, guys, you have, that's the problem. The problem is, it's just like your patients. The moment you talk about money and they're like, oh, your charges are so high. The problem is people never understand where to look. People fail to understand that you should always look at the value, the worth, what you are getting in return as compared to what you have invested. Very, very simple. Think about it. If 80, 90,000 rupees is expensive, how much money you have invested to become a dentist? How much money you have invested in the clinic interior? How much money you have invested in your equipment? And here is someone who is giving you an absolute ready-made recipe to grow your practice double, triple, 4 times, 5 times. If you are making 50,000 rupees a month, you can reach up to 5 lakh rupees a month. I have participants who have moved from 1.2 lakh rupees to 13 lakh rupees a month. I have participant who has moved from 1 crore rupee annual practice to 2 crore rupees annual practice. Okay, so it is all about what you are getting in return. Try to understand and try to look at the things in the right way. Rest is always a choice. Okay, so this is it. So the total value of the course is 1,09,999 plus GST. But only, as I promised you, only for the next 15 minutes. Okay, I'll answer all your questions. Don't worry. Okay, it's very simple, Del. I told you, if you don't have money, do what I did. I took loans and learned. I took loans and learned. With 15K salary, it's not a dream. I'll tell you what, Suman. Take loan and your salary will go to 1.5 lakh rupees eventually. That's how it works anyways. Okay. So the webinar special price for the next 15 minutes for you is not 1,09,999 plus GST. It is just 44,000 rupees plus GST. Okay. I'm sure a couple of implants you place, maybe you convert one patient from 4-5 unit PFM bridge to metal free bridge, and your cost of the course will be vasool. Okay, just 44,000 rupees plus GST. If you want to jump in, just type I am in the chat box, because you don't have to pay everything today. Okay, you don't have to pay everything today. You just have to pay 4,000 plus GST now, 20,000 plus GST on 10th of May, 20,000 plus GST on 10th of June. So you have such a wonderful payment schedule. So guys, it's nothing. In fact, with all honesty, whatever you pay in the month of May, you will recover your entire money before you come for day 3 and day 4. Okay, I'm very sure about it. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just share you the payment link, okay, and also a countdown timer, because this offer is only for next 15 minutes. Okay, so guys, I'm just disabling the chat. Whatever questions you have, there is a Q&A section here. You can put your questions in the Q&A. I'm disabling the chat only for one reason, so that you should not miss the payment link. So here is the payment link for you, and your 15 minutes starts now. Okay. So all you have to do is to just click on the payment link. Okay. You just have to pay 4,000 plus GST now, then 20,000 plus GST on 10th of May, 20,000 plus GST on 10th of June. Simple. So very nice 3 installments. And as I promised you, you will recover your entire course fees before you come for the month of June. That's a challenge. That's a promise. Okay. So whatever questions you have, put it in the chat, in the Q&A section. I'll be glad to answer. So what is the cost of PracticeXL after 15 minutes? The cost will be 1,09,999 plus GST. I have my scheduled date in the 24th May. I'm not available. Is there any other way? Nihar, you can attend next year, because this happens only once in a year. Can we get GST tax credit in our firm's name? Yes, 100%. Okay, you just have to submit your GST details to our team and you can get the GST tax credit, because for us 100% is white. Okay, is it online or offline? 100% online only. How much is GST? Government GST is 18%. Dates of the course, I'll just share the dates once again. Okay, these are the dates. This is the payment schedule. And wait, where is the date section gone? Yeah. Okay, these are the dates. Just take a screenshot. 24th, 25th of May, 21st and 22nd of June. PracticeXL happens only once in a year because of time constraint. Okay, guys, life is all about priorities. My very frank advice: jump into PracticeXL. Probably, I'll tell you something very, very honestly. I've seen someone's practice going up by 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees every month after PracticeXL. And guess what? That guy said, I make 20 lakh rupees more in the next 1 year. It's a priceless thing. You just cannot put a price label to PracticeXL. You have no idea how powerful it is. Take my word, PracticeXL will not surpass your expectations. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations. I know what I'm saying. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations. It is that powerful. And those of you who have made the payment, please be here. Okay. I would personally like to welcome you in our wonderful growth hungry community. Okay. Meanwhile, there are a few more questions. It is really expensive. Again, life is all about price versus value. Few people focus on what goes out. Few people focus on what comes back. Rest is a choice. What would be the total cost of PracticeXL? You can just take the calculator, no? 44,000 plus GST. Let me just check. 44,000 plus 18%. 51,920. Okay. And then you have to pay it in 3 installments. Simple. So I think I answered that. Is the recording available? Never. PracticeXL is a live course with no recordings, no replays. Okay. For 15 minutes, the course fees will be 44,000 plus GST, right? Yes. Is it going to be recorded session? No. Live session only. Okay. I'm just pass out student who is looking to start my new setup. How should I do it? Pranav, if you are someone who is about to start the practice, just jump in. I'll tell you what, 26 years into practice, every single time I conduct PracticeXL, I get this feeling that somebody should have given me this course earlier in my career. Some destiny, you are here tonight, just do it. Rest is your choice. Is it a recorded session? I already said no, it's a live session. Okay. Can you please tell us the name of few doctors who have benefited from your course? Abhimanyu, just go to my YouTube channel. Oh, you will find so many, so many. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm sure you will find at least one of them who is known to you. Talk to them. Even if you pay 1,09,000, trust me, it's going to be worth. Okay. I am 2 years into private practice. Will it be beneficial to me? 100%. In fact, if you are 2 years into practice, you will regret that you should have joined it earlier, like Pranav. Okay. What if we miss one session, Arpita? Don't worry. You have 2 monthly follow-up masterminds, which will help you to learn things. And even if you miss 1 day or 2 days, take it from me. There is so much to learn. There is so much to learn. Even if you learn only 2 days this year, it will be more than enough to grow your practice by 2, 3, 4 times. And then you learn the remaining 2 days next year. There are participants who have attended PracticeXL 3, 4, 5 times. Of course, free of cost. Any other dates? No. The PracticeXL happens only once in a year. The dates are fixed. Okay. I'll do next year. Choice is yours. The point is, the problem is, you will probably miss 5, 10, 20, 30 lakh rupees of the practice. Okay. I'm an associate. Can it help? 100% yes. If you eventually want to jump into private practice. Is it same as Life Excel? Aditya, PracticeXL is one of the courses in Life Excel. So PracticeXL is part of Life Excel. I'm working in Dubai. Will it benefit me? 100%, Madhuri. 100%. I have been to Dubai for lectures couple of times. I know the practice there. It will be 100% useful. And that too, if you have private practice in Dubai, फिर तो वल्लाह habibi. Okay. I'm practicing for 25 years. Doctors are working with me. Should I do it? Dr. Neeraj, 100%. Because I'll tell you what, when you practice for 25 years, your aim in the practice is different. Your aim is delegation and automation. Your aim is team building and leadership. Completely different context, extremely powerful. I have completed 3 years, 2 clinics, morning, evening. My income is very constant. Only 3 to 4 patients. I am confused what to do. Dr. Karan, just jump in. 2 clinics and you're doing all the hard work. Don't know why. Just jump in. It will take the entire game to the next level. I'm already a MDF course member. Planning to do diamond memberships. Is PracticeXL different? Yes. All my courses are different. Don't worry, Rahul, just a minute. What is MDF? Is Millionaire Dentist Formula. It's my another course. Missing on scheduled time without recording, no problem. I told you, use Z. Even if you attend 2 days or 3 days, it's going to be more than enough to grow your practice, at least by double. Okay. Can't sit online for a long time. Choice is yours. If you cannot sit for yourself and your practice and your growth and your future. Okay. God bless. Okay. Anyways, so what I'm going to do, I'm just opening the chat. Guys, those of you who have made the payment, please put your names in the chat box. I would personally like to welcome you because how much time is left? Let me check. 7.5 minutes are left. Okay. So those of you who have made the payment, please put your names in the chat. I would like to welcome you. Welcome on board, Dr. Yogesh Khainar. Congratulations for taking this action step to grow your practice to the whole new level. Welcome on board, Dr. Gangadhar. Welcome on board, Dr. Haridas Jadhav. Welcome on board, Dr. Aditya Khadge. Welcome on board, Dr. Bhagyashri Dhake. Welcome on board, Dr. Roshan Thomas. Welcome on board, Dr. Anur Kumar Batar. Welcome on board, Dr. Arpita Jain. Welcome on board, Dr. Ruchira Shinde. Welcome on board, Dr. Mrinal. Welcome on board, Dr. Rahul Gujar. Welcome on board, Dr. Umesh Udgave. Welcome on board, Dr. Ramchandra Nadigar. Welcome on board, Dr. Neha Garg. Welcome on board, Dr. Shivkumar. Welcome on board, Dr. Saurabh Sanarwal. Welcome on board, Dr. Saiba Mohammed. Welcome on board, Dr. Manisha Kakade. Welcome on board, Dr. K. Shivrama Krishna. Welcome on board, Dr. A.H. Siddiqui. Welcome on board, Dr. Navneet Kaur. What's the difference between Life Excel and PracticeXL? See, PracticeXL is one of the Life Excel courses. Okay. As of now, you focus only to grow your practice. About Life Excel, you will come to know in PracticeXL. Okay. So Life Excel is not a one, like there are multiple courses under Life Excel umbrella. So guys, congratulations for taking your action step. Welcome on board, Dr. Sonali Kakade. Guys, congratulations for taking this action. Welcome to this absolute madness, absolute super next level community of Life Excel. Let me tell you something very interesting. Something I actually forgot to tell you. Life Excel, okay, when you jump into PracticeXL, eventually you wish and you jump into Life Excel, and It is such a powerful community which meets online every month, every week, which meets offline, once in 6 months. It's something which is, you will never see anything like this in medical fraternity in this country. Okay. So welcome on board, Dr. Kamal Goswami. Welcome on board, Dr. Saurabh. Where to send the payment receipt? I'll tell you, don't worry. You don't have to do anything. The entire system is fully automated. Okay. If you check your email, you have already received the payment receipt from Razorpay. Okay. The entire system is fully automated. So yes, Saurabh, received your money. Done, Navneet, received your money. I'm really keen, but the dates are clashing. I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry for that. It's your choice. See, life is all about priorities. Okay. So if you think something else is bigger priority than PracticeXL, just go ahead and do it. If you think that priority can take a back seat, because this is the most important priority, growing the practice is a big priority, by the way. Okay. The rest is the choice. Welcome on board, Dr. Saud Abdullah. Is there your lecture in Pune Dental Show? No, my session is not there because I am not available on these dates. I'm going somewhere out tomorrow morning. Okay. So guys, how much time is left? 4 minutes have left. So those of you who have enrolled, please be here for the next 4 minutes. I just want to take a couple of minutes, give you some instructions. That's it. So now, so guys, one more time, sharing the payment link with you. Okay. Those of you, see, interestingly, there are 96 people who are here, not yet registered. Dates, please. Once again, here are the dates. 24th, 25th of May, 21st, 22nd of June. Just take a screenshot, please. Okay. Can we get consideration if we want to continue with LifeXL? 100%. Don't worry. Okay. 100%. In fact, I'll give you a good news. Your PracticeXL fees will be adjusted in LifeXL. Bas? See, I'll tell you honestly, guys. I'll tell you very, very honestly. When I started practicing in that small town, there was nobody who taught me all this. I really had to travel to different cities, different countries, learn all these things from different mentors. There was no single person, no single course which taught me all these things. I spent 48 lakh rupees in learning these things. I'm not even asking for 48,000. The rest is a choice. I have really done all the hard work. Okay. I don't want you people to go through the same grind which I had gone. Trust me. Whether you believe my statement or not doesn't make any difference to me. Okay. Because I know how difficult it is to do all this actually. And you are getting it absolute in one platter. 4 days, your life, your practice will not be different. Another powerful sentence that has changed my life is this by Brian Tracy. Look how powerful this sentence is. Brian Tracy says, take all the training you can get. One good idea is all you need to save yourself years of hard work. Absolute powerful, isn't it? One good idea is all you need to save yourself years of hard work. And let me tell you, the PracticeXL is full of hundreds of ideas. Not one, two. Itna chota kaam nahi karta main. Okay. So it will blow your mind to the next level. In fact, I already told you, your entire course fees will be recovered even before you come for day 3 and day 4. Can you believe it? Okay. So meanwhile, Dr. Yogita Barade has paid. Welcome, Dr. Yogita, on board. Welcome on board, Dr. Soumya Shankar. Welcome on board, Dr. Karan Narang. Welcome on board, Dr. Uzma Sheikh. Okay. And so wonderful. So how much time is left, guys? Last 1 minute left. One more time, I'll just share the payment link for you all. Okay. So guys, as I can see again, there are 80 people exactly who are here still not enrolled. Guys, I'll tell you what, it's your choice because it's your life, it's your practice, it's your hard-earned money. But let me tell you something. You will never ever get a course curriculum, and a mentor who can give you so much with such simplicity in 4 days so effortlessly. It's not something, it's not a lecture. Okay. So what if I register and there is a final minute urgency and could not attend? No problem. You can attend next year. I told you, even if you attend any one day, it will recover your course fees. Don't worry. It will grow your practice at least by double. Okay. Even if you attend 2 days, it can very easily double, triple your practice. It's so simple actually. Somebody says, sir, I have registered. Recently, I opened the clinic for the third time. I failed previously. Let me tell you, doctor, won't take your name here. Let me tell you something. You have done, probably for the first time, you have done the right investment to grow your practice. Because the problem is, we know how to set up a practice. Unfortunately, nobody teaches how to grow the practice. This is where you should have been before. And let me tell you something. We have one very famous name in our practice, in our PracticeXL community, who coincidentally has clicked in the third practice. Coincidentally, after joining PracticeXL. Okay. I still remember him. It was the offline times, pre-COVID times. He came on day one and said, you are my last hope. Otherwise, I'm going to leave dentistry. Probably you might be thinking the same, that this is the last hope. Don't worry. I know what I do. I have done it for thousands of people. And I am very, very, very firm, confident that I'll do it for you as well. Don't worry. Okay. Another, same with me. Don't worry, doctor. I genuinely know what I do. Okay. And in fact, I said this, PracticeXL will not surpass your expectations. Listen to this again. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations. You have no idea what you people have enrolled for. Somebody says, I'm just 6 months into practice. There is a lot of loans on my head. What should I do? Take another 50,000 rupee loan so that you can repay the 50 lakh rupees loan faster. It's so simple actually. Okay. Saurabh says, I'm 20 years into practice, depressed. Don't worry. You will never remain same after these 4 days. In fact, just 2 days itself. Anyways, the time is up. Guys, those of you who have registered, congratulations. Welcome on board. Take it from me. You have made the best investment of your life into growing your practice. If you don't click after this, there will be only one reason. If you don't implement, that's it. And it will not happen that you will not implement, because I don't work only at your conscious level. I work at your subconscious level as well. In fact, you know what I say on day one of PracticeXL? You will laugh at me probably. कि अरे कुछ ज़्यादा ही overconfident बात कर रहा है. I say this on day one. Even if you try not to grow your practice, you will still end up growing your practice. You will remember this again and you will hear this again from me. Even if you try not to grow your practice, you will still end up growing your practice. Don't worry. I exactly know what I say. I exactly know what I do. Done it for 12, 13 years for others. Done it for myself for 26 years. From a 50,000 population small town, moved to Pune in a 50 lakh population town, built a massive roaring practice here as well. I don't know how many of you know it. Already started expanding, giving franchises of my clinic. Within 3 years, we have 19 franchises in 13 cities in 6 states. And this is just the beginning. Okay. Sir, you are so confident, but I have so many doubts about my practice. Don't worry. All the doubts, I am going to answer every single question of yours in these 4 days. Every single question. Somebody says, hope so. Don't hope. Hopes make you hopeless. Act. Just take action about whatever I teach you. That's it. The rest, I am with you. Guys, I'll tell you what. Many of the names who have registered here, I don't even know you. I'll tell you something very interesting. You have not given your money, you have given your trust. I appreciate it, understand it, and I value it. Mark my words, from today onwards, your success is my success. And I'm totally committed to it, just like I'm committed to 6,600 people from 18 countries. Okay? The only way you will not succeed is if you don't take action. I can teach you everything. I can give all the answers. You come up with 100 questions, I'll give you 101 answers. The only thing that I cannot do for you is taking action. You just have to go to your clinic and implement. That's it. You see what happened. Don't worry. Okay. You see what happens. Once again, even before you come for day 3 and day 4, you will recover your course fees. Take it from me. Okay. Can we get one-on-one session with you? Very difficult because of the time. And the second problem is I genuinely don't have time. Forget about anything else. Can you share when you have to pay next installment? Yes, Neeraj, don't worry. Our team will get back to you. Those of you who have paid, frankly, you have to do nothing now. Our team will get back to you on 10th of May. Once you make the payment, you will be added to the course WhatsApp group. You will be shared the workbook. Okay. And you will be given all the instructions. Simple. Do you give personal mentorship? Because of time constraint, I don't. Whereas the last time when I had given personal mentorship, I had charged 10,000 US dollars plus GST. Okay. But I still don't do it because I don't get time. I'm enrolled for the course, planning to shift my morning clinic. So will you help me? All the questions will be answered in the course. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. You will never go wrong with this guy. That's a promise. Okay. Congratulations once again. Welcome on board. You have to do nothing. Within next 3, 4, 5 days, our team will get back to you, give you all the instructions, whatever. And our journey, your journey with me will start. Welcome on board. Congratulations for your best investment to grow your practice. I'll see you on the other side in PracticeXL day 1 in a completely different avatar. Till then, good night. God bless. Be ready. Get excited for some mind-blowing learning. I'll see you there.